Now let's talk about you, the rider. How do we go from the off season to be the best we can be for competition 60 days away? Let's start while you're doing your fitness work and cardio work with your horse as he's building up. I want you to remember to really force yourself to be correct about your position and your connection and your core. What do I mean by that? For starters, we want to start with a very deep heel. When you know what to do, put your weight in your heels. When you don't know what to do, put your weight in your heels. You want to practice strengthening and stretching the Achilles heel, the calf muscles in your leg. We also want to work on your core, holding your upper body. So your core, your abdomen, your lower back, that's something that we want to work on stretching up and using the core. You work out in a gym, and many of you have worked with a personal trainer. When you go to lift a weight or go to do a exercise of any sort in the gym, you start by setting your core. It's the same thing with riding. And this aerobic time of year, this fitness time of year, we can do that for you. You can do that yourself. So deep heel, lower leg, core, and your eyes. Your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your eyes have got to be looking up and where you're going. When you ride alone, and most of us do, it's very easy to look down at your horse, to look down at what you're doing. You've got to force yourself to get your eyes up. And in the words of some fantastic horsemen over the decades, see the monkey in the tree? Well, yeah, that's entertaining. But what it means is don't look down. Look up and where you're going. Good things happen when you use your eyes well. So, heel, core, eyes, and let's also remember position of hands, position of elbows. This is the time to really reinforce those good habits. Now, you and your horse are fairly fit at this point. What's that next chapter in your riding style that we want to work on? We've established that your heel is down. We've established that the core of your core is very important. Everything starts and ends there. Your lower back and your abdomen. Your eyes are up. Your elbows are relaxed at your side. Your hands are where they belong, not 2 feet apart and down on the horse's shoulders. Okay. As we do our extension and collections with our horse, we, as riders, need to remember that everything starts with your legs. That's what creates the extension of the horse, making the horse go forward from behind. And when we go to do our collection, you don't do it with hands. You engage your leg, you engage your seat, and you ride the horse into a shorter and shorter stride, pushing their balance upward. So, this is the time that your muscle memory and your technique for extension, collection, turning, and doing the things we need to do when jumping a advanced course become muscle memory. When you're on course, think about it this way, and you've got 5 3/4 strides to tight double vertical in and out, coming off an oxer, 5.5 strides to tight double, and you've got to do the 6. You land off that oxer, you can't just use your hands to get ready for that double vertical. You have very little chance of jumping it clear. You've got to initiate the collection stride 1 with your core, your seat, your legs, your balance, so that the horse collects, and many people use the term, the horse sits, you make the horse sit down on his hind end in order to make a good jumping effort at A and B. The point of what we're talking about is that I want Muscle memory, good use of the aids and proper technique becomes muscle memory when we extend, collect, corner to be prepared for competition, riding and jumping today's courses. Check out my next video. Horse and rider are now fit. We're 30 days away from your first competition. What are the exercises we now do to be sharp and ready to compete and win?